Everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're actually looking at the new Valorant patch notes. So I've been doing these videos ever since Valorant has been in closed beta. So if you're new around here and you're playing the game kinda as it's released and you're in the beta, make sure to like and subscribe, because I do loads of different videos, not just Valorant patch notes, but some agent reviews and things like that, as well as playing other games such as Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and yeah, hopefully you like the channel. But anyway, today's update is actually Valorant's patch notes for version 1.01, and yeah, it's a week after release of the main game, so let's see what they've actually changed. So first up, they just said, surprise, don't lie, you didn't think we were getting patch notes this week. We are. These are lighter, sure, but patch 1.01 continues our effort to improve performance, this time focused on smoother combat experience as well as additional support for high spec machines. Always good. Our new mode, Spec Rush, gets an injection of new orb types to play with. For example, a golden gun orb that lets you one shot anyone with the quickness. Okay. Also, Sage gets a nerf. Promise we're not picking on healers. Okay, let's see what goes on here. So gameplay and balance. Sage barrier orb cast range reduced from 20 to 10 meters. I think that's good. As a sentinel, Sage is supposed to be the most effective when defending territory that she already controls. True. The 20 meter cast range was allowing Sage to aggressively take control of neutral territory in a way that was inappropriate for her role in Valorant. This range reduction aims to keep her strong while defending territory, but reduce her efficiency at taking ground control. I think that's a perfectly good shout. I think, what map is it? Split, the one with the teleporters, the one that actually, the way you could run in on site and put your wall up straight away to block, or where you could like plant and block the whole team except for lamps. That was too much. So Ascent fixed several spots where weapons were falling through the world and an issue with wall penetration. Perfect. All maps, so this one's just for literally every map. Modified several callout names to better match player terms. I think that's really good. Spike Rush update. Each game of Spike Rush now features a set of 5 randomly selected orbs. The full ultimate orb will always be available. 4 of the remaining 7 orbs will be chosen at random. Chosen orb types will be shown in a description widget, both in character select and during pre-rounds. Nice. Spike Rush, it's fun. I don't play it that much, but it is a fun mode. The new orb types. Health Orb grants teammate health regain, which is instant. 20-second duration, 12 HP per second, 3 per tick. Sound effects only play while actually healing. Nice. Deception Orb applies paranoia to the enemy team 3 seconds after capture. Nice. 10-second debuff. Vision is greatly reduced and a small field of vision shift. Fake footsteps and gunfire play for effective players. Minimap is disabled. I think that's quite cool. Golden Gun grants capturing players a golden gun. 1 shot, 1 kill, perfectly accurate at all times. Agent moves at knife speed. Only has a single bullet in the chamber and 2 backup rounds. Kills grant additional round. That's pretty cool. It's like 1 in the chamber, Call of Duty. Okay, so miscellaneous. New pre-round HUD elements show that the weapon and potential orb types for the current round. Players now get 1 ultimate point for collecting any orb. Okay. Performance updates. Our performance work this patch primarily focused on improving performance during combat and general performance for high spec machines. The game should feel even smoother in combat, and many scenes will likely have higher average FPS depending on your spec. That's good because I have a really high spec machine. Not that the game didn't run well, but it's always nice. Combat performance, we were able to fix a number of things causing dips during combat. Skins for 9 out of 10 players were failing to preload in the game. The first time you come across these skins in game, you experience a drop in frame rate. Reduced frame dips that occur when a kill callout was added or removed to the HUD. Improved the performance of fiber-specific HUD elements, which had some performance issues. Nice. So FPS on mid to high spec. We are able to improve CPU bottlenecks in a few places across the code as well. Lower spec machines may still benefit from some of these improvements, but only to gain during combat. Add a multi-threaded rendering support for high-end machines. If your machine meets the requirements to benefit from multi-threaded rendering, you'll see a new option to turn off or on in the graphics menu. It's on by default for these machines. Nice. Multi-threaded rendering improves performance in scenes where the cost of managing objects that need to be rendered exceeds the cost of the game simulation, the cost of actually rendering the scene of the GPU. These conditions most commonly occur when moving through scenes with lots of objects visible, i.e. split with the attacker spawn, and in case where the game simulation doesn't require much work, practice range, etc. Multi-threaded vision cones, minimap vision cones will now compute on another thread if it's able to. Large VFX passes across all maps. This reduces the CPU side cost of these particles by allowing the GPU to do more of the simulation. Rework client performance stats to include more detailed breakdown of frame times. That's good. Okay, so quality of life updates. These are just like small ones, and they can affect the gameplay and stuff. So Sova's recon dart will behave more consistently and only reveal the portion of the enemies behind a wall. Nice. Added a setting that allows the inventory to always appear. Pings will no longer draw over allies and enemies when placed behind them. Thank you, this was needed for a bit. Transition out of game now shows the map you've just played instead of Brimstone and Sage walking into a teleporter. I think that's nice, small touch. In the shooting range, changing character now uses a lightweight, more performant UI than the flow going into a match. Okay, that's nice. Missions on the end of game screen are now sorted by completion and by type. Minor visual improvements to contract and battle pass rewards in the progression widget located at the top of the screen. Nice. And then last but not least, we got a set of bug fixes, so I'm going to try and get through these real quick and make the video about 10 minutes or less. Okay, so fixed issue where translucent particles like smoke layers would show through Reina's near sight. Fixed visual effects that obscure Reina's screen if she scoped while healing. Reina's overheal health no longer incorrectly shows 151 total when maxed. Cypher's spy cameras placed on a teleported door frame on bind no longer teleported its view location underground. Cypher's cipher cage no longer holds the teleported doors on bind open. The area of effect indicators for Sova Recon Bolt and Reina's lair now only show on the enemy's minimap if the player on their allies are close to the affected area. Fixed input and other various pieces of agent control UI showing for the spectators. Fixed the bug where dead players' first person arms would appear floating in the air. Fixed the bug where activating a spray would exit ADS while firing. Fixed the bug where bullet tracers settings. Fixed the bug with the bullet tracer settings having the setting active used to also disable muzzle flash on some weapons in addition to tracers. Fix an issue with mouse cursor flicking when moving over the scoreboard. Fix an issue with milliseconds in the round timer not being accurate. Fix an issue with some key bindings not displaying key binding conflict warnings correctly. Fix an observer bug where the first person being observed in the game did not have a character portrait. Fix an issue with automatic weapons rarely not displaying tracers or audio effects when firing in short bursts. Fix a bug where the diffuse bar was duplicated. Fix voice input, output devices and settings not persisted across sessions. Fix a slew of localization errors across the end of game screens. Fix a handful of visual issues across the end of game screens. Fix an issue whispering players of the same name / general DM improvements. Improved chat service error messaging. Settings menu is now letterboxed as intended. While on agents page, click on collection now correctly navigates back to the arsenal page, and that is it. That is the new Valorant patch. So as I mentioned, there wasn't a huge amount in it, just the highlights being the Sage nerf and the big buff to performance. So yeah guys, made this video relatively short. Hope you like it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.